Guys, welcome to another episode of WoW Weekly with Myst. And for this week, we have Time Walking. We'll still be doing its, stretch of 5 weeks here. We're on week 3 now on it. And it will be Kata version. And we also have the World Quests. And that will be running all week. PvP Brawl will start up. It's going to be South Shore versus Terran Mill. And Darkmoon Faire is still in effect, and that ends on Saturday. So great time to put the Darkmoon Faire together with the Kata rep if you're currently going after any Kata rep. Because with the Kata Time Walking, it's a 50% bonus to your Kata rep as well. And that is everything that's going on this week. My goals last week was, the first goal was to get some rep on the Alliance Druid, Rajani, and Alda McCord. Here's what I, accomplished. It's not too much more than last week was, but getting a little further. I just casually do it. While I have the big assault available is when I do like the random rep. And rep on Horde Death Knight was a goal for Frenzy Heart. Totally failed that one. Did not even log on at all. But that's okay. That's just kind of a bonus rep that I want for an achievement. There's the achievement to have Oracles and Frenzy Heart. So, yeah, no huge rush. It doesn't affect my rep achievement because Frenzy Heart and Oracles count both as one. So since I already have Oracles, so it's literally just for that particular achievement for the Oracle and Frenzy. So that didn't get done, and it was only a goal because Time Walking was Lich King. So that goal is done with, and we'll do that some later time. And the third goal was level the Void Elf Hunter from 91 to 100. Accomplished. I did do that. And here's the Void Elf Hunter's current level. And then also there was a level Valpera Lock from 94 to 100. Valpera Lock did get leveled, and here's the Valpera progression right here. And then there was the Lightforge Priest from 63 to 100. Didn't get to 100, but I honestly didn't expect to. That was a pretty big goal to have all three. At that point, I just wanted some sort of goal for the priest, and So, gonna try to get that priest to 100 this week, though, so that will be the goal. And I had snuck a fourth goal in, which was to loot the Zul'Gurub Raptor mount. That was accomplished. I did loot the Raptor mount, so I'd say we did pretty good goal-wise, I think. And I do apologize if you hear some birds. I have no choice, guys. They are going non-stop, and when they're not going, there seems to be construction outside. It's getting to the point where the only time I can do videos is 3 a.m., but I'm sleeping at 3 a.m., so, it's just been so horrible lately. And I don't know what's attracting the birds, but they are just constant. So I do apologize if you hear a bit. Trust me, it won't annoy you as much as it annoys me. I am going insane over here with the fucking birds constant. And so my bad if that does come up in the recordings. I have the capability of removing a lot of background sound, but these birds are fucking loud, and my windows aren't exactly completely soundproof. So, yeah. I've got the window shut right now, and we hear the bird pretty fucking clearly. But done my rant, and let's continue with WoW Weekly. Okay, so on to news. So the first bit of news is this blue post. So basically it says, in this next build of the Shadowlands Alpha, combat potions such as primary stat potions and mana potions now have a 5-minute cooldown. Additionally, they are no longer limited to 1 use per encounter. This is intended to make potion use less of a hassle, less expensive, and more decision-oriented in various situations throughout the game. In raid encounters, players will still have the option of using a potion at the start of an encounter, but using a potion just prior to and as close to the pull as possible will no longer be required. Okay, so definitely no pre-pots then. In dungeons, spacing out potion use will place more emphasis on deciding the most important times to use them. And yeah, that's all I really feel I need to read there. So, I don't know. I'm like, yay or nay. I don't really care. You know, yeah. Like, I like my potions and all, but honestly, I'm pretty good at using it when it needs to be used. And yeah, the fact that it now has a 5-minute cooldown means nothing. Like, you know, typically it takes 5 minutes to die. You know, most fights are like 10 minutes. The next piece of news has to do with professions. There was a data mined catch-up mechanism. So in Shadowlands, there's journals that will grant you 5 skill points per week. And I don't know if this will be available right away. Like, it seems like a catch-up mechanism, which means realistically it should come later, right? But yeah, basically it says if you cannot afford to acquire the mats and level quickly at launch, these books will allow you to eventually reach the skill cap. So I don't know. They make it sound like it's gonna be early on. I guess the real question is, how many points are we gonna actually need? You know, I haven't really looked too much into the profession part, and they're always fucking up the professions, in my opinion. So, I would have to see more. Honestly, doesn't seem too different than, say, Darkmoon. Only difference is it's weekly, so on a monthly basis, you'd get 20 skill points. And really, if they're not changing anything with the profession numbers, you would never need materials unless you actually wanted to make something. But come on, like, professions for years, we never, pretty much next to never, want something that we can make. We just make it to max it out because something we want at max exists, right? But personally, like, I kind of slacked. Well, I won't say slacked on professions, but I went the lazy way for professions this expansion. And I leveled all of them with just Darkmoon. There'd be a couple of things here and there I'd make, but for the most part, just Darkmoon. And all the characters are max right now. So, if this is actually implemented in the beginning, I see that causing a problem because you know, me personally, I'm not going to farm any mats if that's the case. If I'm getting 5 points per week off of a journal, and then 5 points monthly off of Darkmoon. That's 25 points per month. And if it's, what is it right now, 75 points or 150 or something? Like, if it's 150, you're going to be maxed in no time with minimal efforts. So I imagine that's got to be a catch-up mechanism for down the road. Yeah. But very cool nonetheless. I just very much think it should not exist right off the bat, because no one will need to farm anything at that point. And the last bit of news is just to remind you guys that the Shadowlands Reveal stream is this week, and that will be on July 8th, and it's at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So the 8th is the Wednesday, so in a couple of days. Stream-wise, I am going to be starting stream a little later that day. And I actually have something going on that evening too. So I'm going to start it after the reveal stream's done. I'm going to anticipate maybe noon. I think they'll probably be done maybe around 11 a.m. Pacific, and then I'll get ready and stuff. So noon I'll probably be on stream, and then I'm going to probably end around 6 my time, because I have something going on in the evening there. Well, actually, it's not even really a short stream. 6 hours is still pretty good for a stream, so it's all good. But yeah, so if you want to catch the reveal stream, it is over on twitch.tv/Warcraft. I would watch it on stream. I just don't know if that's allowed, so that's why I'm just not going to stream until noon. But, if I find out in the next couple of days that it is allowed, we can watch it together. I just, my streams are like a friendship, right? So I'm pretty good at keeping myself out of trouble as far as getting banned and stuff, because honestly, I'm picky, and if I ever did get banned from Twitch, there'd be no streams anywhere, I don't think, because I don't I guess Mixer isn't a thing anymore, but there's a lot of stream platforms that I just don't like the look of them, so it's always been Twitch or nothing for streams. So yeah, but nonetheless, if you want to check it out, that is the info. So 9 a.m. Pacific at the Warcraft channel on Twitch. They also will be streaming it on the World of Warcraft channel on YouTube. So if you're not a Twitch viewer and you're a YouTube viewer, there is also that as well. And that basically calls it for this week. I guess we'll end it by, let me know in the comments what you're hoping you'll hear on Wednesday. Me personally, I'm hoping to get a pre-patch date. I love that I've been able to level my characters like crazy, but I want something new. And, I'm okay with waiting for Shadowlands. I'd rather that be, they put their all in it before they release it. So I personally don't think that Shadowlands is going to release till November, maybe even December. I would be surprised if it released any earlier than that. And I have had that gut feeling for months now. I mentioned that in a WoW Weekly, I think a few months ago, that I really figured they were gonna get it as close to the end of the year as they possibly could. My personal guess is, as far as a release date, November, December. If they're gonna do December, early December. I think putting the game out right around Christmas would be a shitty thing to do, and it wouldn't be good for, the game because, people got family, right? Like, yeah, I think if they're going to release it in December, release it at the beginning, and if they're aiming for a later date, then I say just fucking wait and release it in January. But yeah, it's iffy because technically the pre-purchase states that you'll have the game before 2021. So there is that they shouldn't go back on, but it doesn't mean they can't. It's not like we haven't seen Blizzard, give us misguided information before, So while the possibility is pretty high that they'll aim for the end of the year, I wouldn't totally disregard the fact that they could bring it out in January. Also, they wouldn't be the first company to postpone something due to our current world issues going on right now. So yeah, I think the date is very much up in the air. But as far as info, I want a release date for pre-patch. I don't care if they don't have a release date for Shadowlands yet. I've got it set in my head that that's going to release November, December. And yeah, I want them to do the best job they possibly can on Shadowlands. So I am honestly okay waiting months for that. And yeah, this is my favorite game. I can always find stuff to do in the game while I wait. But I do not want to be stuck in another 2-year BFA version, So I hope they do a really good job of that. The other thing that I'm really hoping is, at BlizzCon when they released, some info of going forward with Shadowlands and all that, I was really disappointed to not see a new class in the picture. The way it usually goes is one expansion is races and another is classes. And we have definitely had a ton of races, right? I think we're due for a class. And I think Shadowlands brings the perfect opportunity for a cool new class. And yeah, I am really hoping that is one of the pieces of news we get on Wednesday. I know it very much seems like it's just not happening. They didn't mention it, during, a live reveal. But I'm not giving up hope, guys. I'm not giving up hope. I want a new class, and I'm really hoping that they have plans for that. I'm hoping that maybe that's been their secret they've been holding on to. And yeah, I was so upset that was not something they mentioned. And not mentioning that and then having that fucking cinematic where Lich King's basically a pussy. I love the Lich King. He is one of my favorite guys. And to have seen that hurt me deep. And then on top of that, I was hoping for new class info. So yeah, those are what I'm hoping. So new class and pre-patch release date. And yeah, I don't ask for much. I'm a pretty simple fucking person. So yeah. Doesn't really take too much to, make me content in WoW. So yeah. Let me know what you would love to hear of on Wednesday. What is the one piece of news or one upcoming thing that you really want to know right now? And that calls it. So let's make some goals for the week. Let's see. There's time walking for Kata. I got no Kata rep to do. I can't remember if there's toys I need over on Kata. So we're not gonna make it a goal, but I'm gonna look at the vendor list for Kata, see if there's some toys I'm missing. But I think a good goal, since it is time walking, is that we'll get some attempts on some chances with the Infinite Time Reaver. So I'll probably do some time walking on the alts. And then we're going to keep the rep goal. So Rajani and Aldem keep doing some rep on the main, which is the Alliance Druid. And get the Priest level. We'll get her up to 100. I do have some other allied characters. I'm just going to have the Priest as the goal right now. But it really depends what goes on Wednesday, because if we do get pre-patch info, that means the leveling buff is ending. And yeah, and then I really got to prioritize some characters at that point. The good part is I'm pretty much caught up on Alliance side. I just have, other than the Priest, I just have literally the characters that I don't even want to level. So they're just kind of sitting there. And yeah. So I think definitely if I still have time to level anything other than the Priest, meaning they release pre-patch and actually give us some decent notice on the leveling buff ending, then we are going to make a quick swap over to Horde. There is one character over there that I did really want to make sure was leveled through this buff, even if it had to be at the last minute, and that is the Druid. Because the Druid is holding on to the Myst name, and Mystic, the Death Knight, is max level, so I feel like Myst the Druid needs to be max level. Also, there is the Dark Iron Dwarf that I did mention previously that I was just waiting for last call, basically. So if we do get news that the buff is ending, you may see quite a bit of the Dark Iron Dwarf in stream, because I will be swapping to it immediately, pretty much. It's currently sitting at level 60, I think. And yeah, so it's, nothing major. It wouldn't take much to get to 100, and all I really care about is level 100. From 100 to 120 without a buff is super easy. You can do that, so quickly. So I don't even care if any of these characters are above 100. I just want to get them to the 100 mark. And that basically calls it. Yeah. So I hope you have a great week, guys. Come check out the streams. I got a new schedule going on, so I'll be streaming daytime now. At least until I get back to work. So yeah, the hours may change a little more after that, but and that is all I have for you guys. So I gotta end this video and edit it, because I'm doing up this video literally on the day. The last 2 videos have been very much last minute. And I gotta get this edited, because stream starts in an hour, because of the new schedule. So I hope our new stream schedule, works out. I'm interested to see. The reason for the swap was like, don't get me wrong, I love streaming in the evenings, but I seem to have lost my evening crew, you know? Like, yeah, and it's been kind of slow ever since. And I get that, you know, everyone has a life and, you know, it doesn't always entail Twitch. So I totally understand that. But yeah, so I figured since, you know, my evening crew isn't there anyway, it seems that it would be, you know, good time to maybe see what happens during the day. I've had a few streams that, you know, were randomly during the day, and there does seem to be more people out during the day, which I always thought was really weird because, you know, my mindset is that everyone has like a 9 to 5 job, right? And yeah, but from what I'm told from people that actually watch Twitch, because I don't watch it too terribly often, so I always think that if I am gonna stream during the day, I'm gonna attract like the EU crowd, and apparently that's not the case. I was told that a lot of NA people are actually watching streams during the day. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna roll with it, see what goes on. And yeah, I don't know if it's permanent yet. We'll see how well it works, and we'll be giving it a decent shot. You know, it's not like I'm gonna stream days for a week and then like swap it. You know, we're gonna give it, you know, a bit. So yeah. Anyway, babbling here. We will see you in the next video. Have a good one, guys. Bye.